He won. All right. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by the hand of Malachus. I have loved you, saith the Ishi, and you have said, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau brother to Jacob, saith the Ishi? And I have loved Jacob, but have hated Esau, and I have made his mountains a wilderness, and given his inheritance to the dragons of the desert. But now, wait, I hold on here. Let me practice. So I want to pause this and show you something, right? So when you try to find out what does that mean, the inheritance to dragons of the desert, you don't find anything that really explains what dragons are talking about. And then they put in jackals, right? Which I thought was interesting. Because if you waste time and you go down the rabbit hole trying to figure out, okay, is a jackal really a jackal? What animal does it descend from? And so on and so forth. It doesn't give you, it leads to anywhere really. It doesn't give you a solid answer. But I think I found something when I looked up coyotes for just looking it up for America, right? Because I tried putting jackals in different places over in India and I think it was, yeah, it was. I'm not gonna misspeak, but I remember I tried to do it in India and other places where they had jackals, but it just didn't turn out anything. But I found something I thought was interesting. If you look at this, so I tried, but I can't. And it frustrates me because it tells me whatever's watching is paying attention when I Google and look into things, right? Because there was a map that came up yesterday when I was preparing for this, and it showed these dots like this, but it showed where Nebraska was a circle, nearly almost a C. I guess it would be a C shape around Nebraska of just like coyotes, of their locations. And I thought, man, that's weird. Out of all the populated places, Nebraska looked like it had like a C shape right over it. So I stopped to look into Nebraska. Are there ruins in Nebraska? Maybe this is something that could lead to Esau or Edom and Rome. So and like now I cannot find that map at all. I just searched all through the images they gave you, and it's not there. And I'm like, that makes no sense. Like, why would you get rid of that map? I didn't understand what I was looking at when I seen the map, but now I wish I had the map so I could show you why I would have even looked into Nebraska. But now I've never really looked into Nebraska before because I mean, one, it's one of those states where you hear there's so much white supremacy going on there. It's like Missouri, there's so much white supremacy going on there. Not only because of the Klan and stuff like that, but you hear about like the Mormons. Oh man, they really don't want anybody else living in the land of Missouri. But I never looked into Missouri, to Nebraska because I'm like, what's there? Corn and baseball and white supremacy. So I mean, I know our people live there, but you don't hear anything about them. But I know because we're supposed to be spread everywhere. But I just thought some of these sites were interesting. Because I mean, this suggests the land around it, that it's not even. Like something blasted this, and this is the remaining of the land, that the structure of what wasn't blasted into the ground. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's not ancient. How scientists revealed the mystery of the. Oh, you see it. So I'm. I want to look into Nebraska and read about these sites, about these places, and figure out what are these things if we can. Because I thought some of this is interesting. Let's see here. But if Edom shall say, we are destroyed, but we will return and build up what hath what hath been destroyed. Thus saith the issue of hosts, they shall build up, and I will throw down. And they shall be called the borders of wickedness, and the people with whom the issue is angry, angry forever. And your eyes shall see, and you shall say, the issue be magnified upon the border of Israel. Let's see. The son honoreth his father, and the servant his master. If when I be a father, where is your honor? And if I be a master, where is your fear? Saith the issue of hosts. To you, O priest, I despise. To you, O priest, that despise my name, and have said, wherein have we despised thy name? You offer polluted bread upon my altar. So, did you offer bread with yeast, with leaven, I mean, how else do you pollute the bread, right? In that you say the table of the issue is contemptible. So let's look up contemptible, as I have no idea what that means. Deserving contempt, despicable, a display of contemptible cowardice. So, sounds like they were lazy in the way they prepared the Most High's bread. And as you heard, that thing was an abomination. Well, I've used abomination, but it was disgusting. It wasn't prepared properly at all. So, and it was considered polluted. If you have, let's see, 8. If you have offered the blind for a sacrifice, is it not evil? A blind animal, right? A blind animal. Because remember, you're supposed to bring something without blemish. Excuse me. You're supposed to make the offering without blemishes of any kind. Let's see. And if you offer the lame and the sick, is it not evil? Offer it to thy prince, if he will be pleased with it, or if he will regard thy face, saith the issue of hosts. So yeah, the priests were allowing offerings of polluted bread. So we know it was bread with yeast. It was bread with that would allow infection, right? They were offering animals that were sick, that had blemishes, and it's just, like I said, pure laziness, right? It's, oh well, I don't want to give up the best of what I have. Why am I doing this? I really want to keep this for myself. So here, take this one. What does it really matter? It's just the Most High. What is he gonna do? You know, that kind of thing. That's what it sounds like. It was greed. It was laziness. It was doing if they did it, doing the practices and not having the joy of heart, not having the mindset that I'm doing this because it's his. He wants it. He wants it back. This isn't mine. This doesn't belong to me. That's what I'm trying to say. All this around me is something that he has given. He can take away. I'm not being grateful. I'm not being appreciative of what I have from the Most High. So, you could just see it. It was just pure laziness, wickedness, and just all those things where there's someone that just sits on their butt and doesn't care, doesn't watch what they do or what they eat. So, let's see. Where did I leave off? I think it was the end of 8. And now, beseech ye the face of God, that he may have mercy on you. For by your hand hath this been done. If by any means he will receive your face, saith the Ishi of hosts, who is there among you that will shut the doors and will kindle the fire on my altar gratis. What is a gratis? A monthly program was issued gratis, free of charge, giving or done for nothing, free. So okay. All right. I have no pleasure in you, saith the Ishi of hosts, and I will not receive a gift of your hand. For from the rising of the sun, even to the going down, my name is great among the Gentiles, and in every place there is sacrifice, and there is offered to my name a clean oblation. See, they were trying to be cheap. They were trying to be cheap. They weren't trying to do what they were supposed to do. The sacrifices, when they were supposed to do it on, each month that they were supposed to have do these on these months. They were trying to be cheap. They were trying to be lazy. But the Gentiles, they were upholding the tradition better than it sounds like the Israelites were. For my name is great among the Gentiles, saith the Ishi of hosts, and you have profaned it, that you say, the table of the Ishi is defiled, and that which is led thereupon is contemptible, with the fire that devours it. All right, now that one's got to be explained because I just confused myself. The fire that devours. All right. And you have said, behold, of our labor you have puffed it away, saith the Ishi of hosts, and you brought in of rapine the lame. You have brought in of rapine the lame. All right, someone had to. What is rapine? Man, the violent seizure of someone else's property. Rapine. Oh, really? This just gets even worse. Behold, out 13, and you have said, behold, of our labor. You have puffed it away, saith the Ishi of hosts, and you brought in someone else's, oh my goodness, someone else's offering by seizure, by theft. Oh wow, that gets even worse. And the sick, and brought in an offering which I accepted it at your hands, saith the Ishi. Cursed is the deceitful man that hath in his flock a male, and making a vow offered and sacrifice that which is feeble to the Ishi. For I am a great king, saith the Ishi of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the Gentiles. just this, I know this has nothing to do with this, but I was looking up dreadlocks, right? And they said that it was possible that dreadlocks is what was it called? It's a sign of the god of dread. I got to do a video on that, but yeah, I prepared for this, and even some of that stuff still stumped me, because I think what I was trying to do was make sure I got the names right, because I wasn't ready for some of that other stuff. I thought I read it over and I thought I was ready for this, but wow.